everyone. Welcome to North 100, a Canadian Highlander podcast. My name is Serge. Joining me today, I have a Nelly.
Yo.
We got a Wheeler.
My butt is in the right spot.
And James, on tech. How's your butt today?
4 to 5.
Ooh, excellent butt. We'll get you a B for that.
Get that man a fifth of butt stat.
A reminder that everything we do is brought to you by you with your support of the Patreon, patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. With your help, maybe we can get James a fifth butt. If you see any cards that you enjoy, North 100 is brought to you as well by our friends over at Card Kingdom, cardkingdom.com/LRR. Lets them know that we sent you. You can ask for a button. Based on time of recording, it might be a different button for what you get. So just ask for one. You'll be pleasantly surprised for whatever shows up.
Well, hold on. We know what button it is right now.
James?
But
Yeah.
we don't know what day it is when they're watching. this
Well,
episode.
yeah, but we have to assume most people are watching when this first comes
Right.
out.
Everyone watches it on release.
That's fair. That's fair.
And it's April 1st, which means brand new button.
Uh-huh.
A big creature is its own reward.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's true.
You're welcome.
Did you come up with that?
Probably, usually.
I think it's not a step, or it's not a phase mom. It's a step. Might be like your best word.
That's my magnum opus.
That's my favorite thing you've ever said. I think.
I think I like lands up front, party in the back. I think that's a good one.
GGEZ? Hello?
Yeah, GGEZ.
Yeah. That one might be my
That's
finest
gold.
work.
Yeah.
Anyways. All right, let's talk about our set reviews here. This is a Canadian Highlander set review. We only talk about the cards that we think are relevant to our format or that we think that you're going to have a bunch of questions of. As a result, this is not exhaustive. We don't talk about every single card, just the bangers. Today, we're going to be covering white, blue, black, and red. And without further ado, let's jump on into it with Antiquities on the Loose. This is a 3-mana sorcery for 1 white. Create 2 2/2 red-white spirit creature tokens. Then, if this spell was cast from anywhere other than your hand, put a +1/+1 counter on each spirit you control. And Flashback is back. Flashback for 4 white. Wheeler.
This is the kind of card that I would have disregarded, a couple of years ago. But after losing enough to Jason Jobin, this is a Magic card that is very straightforward. The rate it's above rate, right? 3 mana, 2 4/4s, or sorry, 2 2/2s.
Yeah.
That's great, cool. You just make some bodies, and that's annoying.
History of Benalia.
I was literally
very much
thinking History of Benalia when I saw this at first.
Very much like History of Benalia. Those type of cards, I kind of need to reevaluate all of them now because again, they're the
keep
kind of
killing
card.
you.
Well, they're just really strong, and they've been dismissed because they're just stats. Turns out stats win games when everything becomes more board-based, and these decks are already basically losing to combo matchup, so you might as well try to shore up the creature-based matchup, right? The board-based matchup. And so 3 mana, making 4/4 of stats that also you can flash back, which for a lot of mana, but you are a deck that primarily uses its points on fast mana, or in some builds plays Gaia's Cradle and Friends. Not to mention, I don't think the tokens deck has any kind of like Dreadhorde Arcanist style cast from the graveyard, but if you just happen to cast this from anywhere other than your hand, you get 2 6/6s, or sorry, 2 3/3s, 6/6 worth of stats.
Yeah, like NT or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There are ways to cast this from zones outside of your hand that isn't flashback. And not to mention, when you do, these decks also just have some spirits lying around. Like a 1/1 flying spirit token is a pretty common,
classic
token generated. So this isn't like winning any awards or anything other than like, maybe the weirdest card from this set that'll win a tournament.
My exact emotional journey was like, wonder why Wheeler included a tokens card. I'm like, wait, I died to tokens.
Yeah. This is the kind of card that you look at and you're like, okay, pretty good and limited. But like, you don't really think about it. But no, this is a potato. It's complimentary. It feeds your family. It's nutrient dense, right? Like, you're going to be full. It'll get the job done.
You play Song of the Storyteller, and then you flash it back with your stupid mana crypt that you paid full price for. And then you have like 80 power or something stupid.
Yeah.
All right, next up we have Emeritus of Truce. This is a 3-mana 3/3 cat cleric with when this creature enters, target player creates a 1/1 white and black Inkling creature token with flying. Then, if an opponent controls more creatures than you, this creature becomes prepared. Now, prepared is one of the new big mechanics on this set. You can see in the lower right corner, there's an entire other magic card here, and that entire other magic card is Swords to Plowshares, one of the most powerful white removal spells ever printed. How prepared works is when a creature is prepared, you create a copy of the prepared spell that exists in Exiled until either you cast it or the creature becomes unprepared. That also means that the prepared spell just exists forever. There's not like a timing window. It's not like an ETB trigger. You just have this spell, which is a very interesting amount of evaluation that players get to do for all these cards. Speaking of which, Nelly, have fun.
Yeah, okay, so Emeritus of Truce here really pushes you into solving a riddle. It's got a puzzle in terms of what you're doing with the card. When this enters, target player creates. It's a pretty rare beginning of a sentence in Magic the Gathering, but obviously the play pattern here allows you to try to set up casting the Swords to Plowshares if you're just, one creature off, and you could give your opponent an extra creature to be able to take out their big creature. So that's what the sort of controlling Emeritus of Truce player is going to be looking to doing. Maybe in Jeskai, you will give your opponent a creature sometimes.
But then the chat aggro player.
Yes, exactly. But then, we just saw 3 mana for 4 toughness and 4 power, so this can also do that. You can just shove this into your Mardu tokens deck where you never, ever get to cast Swords to Plowshares. But hey, you get a 1/1 flyer and a Centaur Corsair.
Look how much we have done to try and make Brimaz playable.
I like that it's a cat. My God, this cat is so good with Ocelot Pride. Thank God we finally made Ocelot Pride playable.
That's actually really funny that it is a cat that makes a token that can also cause you to gain life immediately if you want.
Yeah, and
it's
make
more tokens.
And it's two permanents. It can be 2 bodies for Ascend, and it can gain you life.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
that's 2 Guide of Souls triggers.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think this card is like it's interesting, and I think it is on the power level of Highlander. I'm glad we're talking about it. But also, you will sometimes play yourself into a hole, and I think lots of us will try this card for the next month or so, and I am uncertain how long it's going to stick around. Like, I'm not married to this card yet.
So you can blink it, right? And swords again.
Yep.
Like you play it, it becomes prepared. You Swords to Plowshares something, then you blink it. And then the trigger happens again that can make it prepared to Swords to Plowshares.
I don't know if you remember this, probably because it was too fun for you and the day just kind of like snapped by in a heartbeat. But when you're blinking things a lot, you tend to have more creatures than your opponent.
Yeah. Because
the
fine.
first thing that you blunk was that stupid
Solitude,
werewolf. Or Solitude.
Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. I mean, there are spots where like it gets you out of a bad spot. And like the floor is that for a blink deck especially, it's 2 bodies on 1 card, which can be really annoying.
Right. And it's a flyer.
Yeah, it just makes a 1/1 flyer. This is pretty good at like taking back the initiative.
So, I mean, not just in dedicated blink decks, but even D&T is playing more and more Ephemerate and Cloud Shift just to protect your threats and to dodge removal. And there's just so many like high value ETBs. So,
I mean, if it turns out that they printed the best seller of Songbirds ever, and like we're fine with that, I'm honestly in. Like, if the sales pitch on this card or the way the play pattern ends up turning out is just like, yeah, you just get another flyer every time this thing enters the battlefield, and that's sick. Like, okay, great. I love draft.
I think my real rundown of this card is that it's going to be the kind of card that we just don't have the data or the reps to get a good kind of vibe of it.
I agree completely.
I didn't want to over-explain prepared because I don't think it gets in there, but I do not know how to evaluate this mechanic. I think it's so interesting. I think it's really, really, really powerful. And before the show started, you're like, oh, Hearthstone players get it. I've never touched Hearthstone. I don't know what that means, but yeah, I think it's got so much depth to it. I'm really excited.
Well, hopefully they're not all as complicated as this one. Like, this might be the most weird.
Brother.
Like, we're starting out the show with like some pretty weird, deep Magic the Gathering cards.
It's kind of like monstrous adjacent, right? Kind of like City's Blessing adjacent in a way. Like, it doesn't mean anything, but it also does mean something.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Next up, we have Ennis, Debate Moderator. This is a 2-mana 1/1 legendary human cleric for 1 and a white. When Ennis enters, exile up to 1 other target creature you control. Return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. And at the beginning of your end step, if 1 or more cards were put into exile this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Ennis. Wheeler.
I'm going to play the hell out of this card, man.
Yep.
2 mana, blink your own thing is insane. Like,
Charming
That,
Friends.
that used to be what
Yeah.
we paid for that
Yeah.
effect when there was the only way you could do it.
like
Yeah, momentary blink.
Mono White played a lot of Charming Prince.
Yep.
Like, and some do still, like the human variants.
That card still shows up. on our field,
Blink
yes.
decks can play Charming Prince, obviously. This has a little bit of a benefit where, like, that final line of text will obviously happen the turn, hopefully happens the turn that you play Ennis, but also, like, can happen multiple times. Like, it's not just the turn that you Ennis, right? You Ennis and you exile something, but dog, you're mono white. Like,
I feel
you're
like swords their stuff, right?
I'm gonna swords your thing,
Yeah.
path your
Yeah.
thing. I'm gonna flicker wisp, Ophelia, all this crap to put things in exile to grow Ennis. Also, it's a Caracas card. Like, I want to Caracas my
Yeah.
Ennis so I can keep solituding Nelson on a North 100 showdown.
It's crucial that everyone sees, like, for this one particular, because this one's free. If you lost because your opponent was Caracasing this card too much, no, you didn't. You had already lost that game. It's not Ennis getting
Right.
Caracas that was the problem.
Yeah. I think this card's pretty cool, pretty interesting. I'm excited to play this card in mostly Blink and the Mono 8 Humans, Death and Taxes. But I could actually see this in... I saw somebody play an Orzhov Recurring Nightmare / Chthonian Nightmare, like 3 animator style deck, I want to say. Yeah, this is up your...
One Blood Artist?
And it's the kind of deck where I'm like, oh yeah, Unearth is just like cheating half the time. Right? Like casting an Unearth or a Helping Hand or whatever, you're just like actually casting a Dark Ritual that also draws you a card sort of thing. And this is the kind of card that I think would be really interesting in that type of deck. Yeah. Also, I mean, this is very much in my wheelhouse, so I'm going to talk about all the, like, not niche, but like Aether Vial with this card in the Death and Taxes decks. Huge. Being able to, like, evoke a Solitude and then this into play, or activate a Stoneforge that has already found something. Oh wait, no, this is end of turn.
Yeah, the timing it's
doesn't
not
work for
it's not
Stoneforge.
I mean, there's no clear definition between blink and flicker, but this is the slow version of it, right?
You're going to get people arguing in the comments.
They are going to argue, and nobody's going to have a consensus. Because some
Yeah.
people will be like, blink is when it comes right back to, like, no, that's when flicker is.
Yeah,
Right?
okay.
Like, this is like people trying to argue what a flat white is. And I'm like, I regret to inform you, there is no consensus on the correct
There's a
answer.
card
You
for-
have an opinion, but
There's a card from Urza's Destiny called Flicker, but a lot of the time flickering is going to refer to Flicker Wisp, and Blink refers to momentary blink,
Yep.
but also it's kind of interchangeable. And also, you would not believe the definition they use internally, but I'm just going to rage bait you and not tell you which one they use.
So activate Stoneforge, target Stoneforge with NS, not actually a combo.
Yeah, that's not doing
but
it.
hitting your Stoneforge with NS, still good.
That's also just a combo.
good.
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah, you just get another piece of equipment and everybody
Yeah.
claps.
I'm very excited. Also,
Yeah.
Recruiter of the Guard, like
Yep.
Imperial Recruiter for this card. I imagine this card might actually show up. This is the kind of card that if you start brewing or revisiting older strategies that have just not been touched because Patty B doesn't play enough Canadian Highlander.
Sure.
Like, this will start being like, I should play this card.
Look forward to soulherder.deck on the next episode of Showdown.
Oh, right. I guess this card for sure ruins your evening, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right. If you are going into the set review blind, I'm going to ask you to have a seat before this next card. Let's talk about Erode. 1 mana instant, single white pip. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Its controller may search their library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, shuffle. Nelly.
Actually, I think I need to lie down.
I think I have Cove.
I I didn't have this on the menu. Like, I didn't know that they were going to be doubling up on Path to Exile. It makes sense. You know, they gave a Lava Coil or whatever, like 2 mana, deal 4 to a creature, got turned into a Or Planeswalker, and Terrors say Or Planeswalker now. So eventually
Why
giving
can't
us,
Path also have
eventually giving us
Planeswalker?
Path or Planeswalker makes some sense. It's wild to me that they're printing this straight into Standard. I would have thought...
Yep.
This is the kind of card I would have expected out of Modern Horizons 3.
This is great, though.
But yeah, get your copies of this.
Minsk and Boo is no points now.
Oh my god, yeah. Maybe Ren 6 won't be points soon.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I will say,
Yeah.
I think Path to Exile tends to get overvalued. Actually, it's funny. It's overvalued by us because it's our second Sword Splash,
Yeah,
right? But like Path is
Doesn't get played in
fine.
Modern
It was
anymore,
okay.
right, yeah.
It was okay in Standard.
That's
it
true,
like,
actually. It was
you
good,
know,
but-
shows up sometimes in like the blue-white decks, but like not always. And it's obviously it's not super popular outside of that.
And it was printed in Zendikar, right? Like, is that what? No.
Conflux.
Oh, it was Conflux. My
Yeah,
bad.
so-
okay, but that was the same standard cycle as Zendikar, right? So, like, when it was in Standard, you had to decide, not when it was first out, but God, that... Let's not talk about the Shards Lorwyn Standard era. But the Shards Zendikar Standard, it's like you had to decide whether you're just doing it main phase, so that they're going to be able to spend the mana, or you have to do it on their turn and then just take extra damage from their steplings.
Yep.
Right? Like
Yep.
it was actually like kind of Path was kind of fair in Standard.
What I mean is I'm not that surprised that this exists
Sure, okay.
because I don't know if you two boys have looked at Standard right now, but like, brother, it's just Modern. It's old Modern.
Right. I
Like a Roboroid is killing you on turn 3 or
haven't
4 or
haven't
whatever.
played much this season. I played 2 seasons ago.
Either way, I'm so glad that they've given a new card to the underdog deck of the format, Jeskai Control. Like, you know, this
Yeah.
card is insane.
Esper Blink really needed this.
Yeah,
right?
people
Yeah.
people are low on Path. Canlander players are low on Path. What I was getting to is that we are higher on Path because, you know, we're old, but there are a lot of Canlander players that have like cut Path from their decks. Stupid and wrong. Path is insane.
Well, you're like, I don't want to give them a land.
Well, especially in the
Is that
current,
the justification?
current format?
Well-
Like the creatures are the planeswalkers already. Like
Yeah.
this is sweet, and we're excited to play it. If you just told us we're allowed to play 2 paths, like we'd be just as excited. The fact that you can kill their mints instead of their boo.
Sorry, finish your point, Wheeler.
Well, my point is that like I think that there will be players that don't want to play a road in certain strategies where they may have been hesitant to include Path. So this isn't necessarily like it's joining the 3 and you're always playing it.
Valid.
The way that if we got like Preordained Junior or whatever would show up.
I can add to that as somebody who loves mana denial strategies. The idea of if I have a Blood Moon and the last thing I want to do is give them a basic, right? I don't want to like get them out of that hole that I've dug them into. And so, you know, sometimes even Path, you're like,
Destroy is also very different from Exile. We don't have a
Massively
ton of
different.
indestructible
we didn't talk about that.
running around, but like I'm
Earth.
pretty confident that the best thing that you can do in Highlander to increase your chances of winning matches is to play a deck that can present a threat from Modern Horizons 3, have it dealt with, and then bring that threat back.
Yep.
Like if you're a deck that's like, here is Nadu or Psychic Frog or Ocelot Pride, whatever, doesn't even have to be Barrogoyf, those kind of things, and your opponent's like, well, resources to get rid of it, and you're like, okay, I'll reanimate it, I'll unearth it, or I'll protect it. Like it's catastrophic.
you know what I died to literally on Monday? I traded a Ragavan for a Ragavan, and Trent, of course, I had to play Trent round 1 on the double up night.
Never
Goes
lucky.
Worldly Tutor for Metamorphosis Fanatic
Yeah.
just to bring back a Ragavan.
Yeah, man.
Just to bring back a Ragavan. And it killed me, right? I was just like, oh,
Ragavan with lifelink though.
but didn't even matter, right? It was just Ragavan and a 4/4.
Yeah,
and
man.
you're like, this is turn 3, brother. Like,
This is now you know why I play combo. I don't want to deal with your crap. I just wanna, like,
Let me skip that part of the game.
yeah, I am skipping neutral and going right to some unfair.
This level 3 either lands or I lose.
You
It's
wanted
fine.
footsies?
Not down.
I'm plus on block.
Anyways, the fact that it says destroy is important, and I'm glad we covered that. But this is still a banger card.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, great card.
all right, next
it.
up. Harsh Annotation. Get ready, buddy. 1 and a white instant. Destroy target creature. Period. Its controller creates a 1/1 white and black Inkling creature token with flying. Wheeler.
So It's not quite a road, but I do like this card. Like the blowing up a thing and then just giving them a 1/1, admittedly with flying, is pretty strong. I like that it just kills anything.
Yep.
I'm likely to try this in some versions of Death and Taxes or White X decks. Like White X control decks. Like I'm not throwing this into Jeskai, but maybe Blue White control can get away with this. It's so funny to say because it's 2 mana. That's like not the ideal amount of mana I want to spend on getting rid of your creature, but you know, we can make it work. It's funny that in a pinch you can blow up your own tap thing and make a blocker.
So I think because of that reason, it might keep seeing play in like black-white aristocrats, or maybe ruin your evening, like the sort of anything that's just trying to hit Blood Artist triggers or just get things back into the graveyard to recur them. Then it's a modal spell, right?
Right.
I'd be surprised if it was still getting played in blue-white control in a year. But, but it's neat that there's a corner of R&D that's like this type of effect they've been pushing for a while. Like there was Beast Within, and then White got like
Generous Gift.
Yeah, but then they also got another one in
make
Eldraine that was
the
like
1/1.
It was like any
Stroke
permanent.
Stroke of Midnight.
Stroke of Midnight.
Stroke
Yep.
of Midnight.
Yep.
Non-land.
Non-land.
Generous
permanent.
Gift was just Beast Within, destroy anything, get a 3/3. Stroke of Midnight, destroy non-land, get a 1/1, and then Emergency Exit, destroy anything, they get a lander token.
And of course, it all started with Crib Swap.
Yeah, basically.
Actually, Serge, I think you'll find it started with Afterlife from Mirage. Comment section, get his ass.
Dunked on.
Get his ass.
So dunked.
Somebody's going to be like, actually, Ben, it started with Broken Visage from Homeland.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So this kind of like swap your thing
Sure.
removal spell has been going for a long time, but this is like I think the first one that only costs 2
It's
mana.
real cheap. It's real
So
cheap.
Yeah.
you know, the fact that High Annotation exists means maybe one
now
day we're
the
getting a 1 mana version of it.
Now
right?
the comment section's going for your ass because you forgot Reality Shift.
I sure did.
2 mana blue one. Ooh, it's okay though. It's only commander players getting at you, and they don't deserve the respect.
Reality
manifest
Shift is
for
in
them?
blue.
Yeah,
It's in
manifest.
blue.
It
That
is
doesn't
in
count. We're talking about
Yeah.
white.
Reality Shift is a really weird card.
Yep,
really weird
sure
card.
is.
Yeah. Okay.
This card's fine.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have the Informed Ink Right. This is a 2 mana 2/2 human wizard for 1 and a white. It has vigilance. And how French am I supposed to pronounce this word?
Well, you're Canadian, so you should pronounce it with a very French
You
accent.
should probably put an agu on the first E.
Repartee. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature, create a 1/1 white and black inkling creature token with flying. Nelly.
Okay, so we have tried and we have labored at making Boros Heroic work. And check it out. Boros Heroic looks to be getting another keyword that is kind of like heroic, right? It has to be an instant or sorcery, so Bestow is out, or I think that's about it. I don't know how else you can target something. There's probably weird corner
You
cases.
just play an aura.
Yeah, right. Sorry, I just mean enchantment, instant sorcery.
Right.
You don't usually target creatures on the stack with other things. So, anyways, so only your pump spells or whatever. But that being said, if you have been trying to make like Phalanx Captain work, or the hero, the 3 mana 2/2 double strike, if you're
Fabled Hero.
Fabled Hero, if you've been trying to make Fabled Hero work, bang! Like
May I add one
we got
correction? This counts targeting their creatures too.
that is important.
Yeah. So it's not just your own side. That's
Okay, good.
might be a proactive threat in like D&T as well.
Yes, thank you. Good correction. Bear with me here.
Yeah. You can see the wheels spinning.
Yeah.
as he
Grandpa's waking up.
readjusts.
I mean,
Yeah.
the problem
Okay, Boomer.
with it does make it better, but the problem with that is that like where are you playing it?
Yeah.
Boros, and it's like,
Right.
it gets better in that deck.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
now your Bolt makes a 1/1.
Here's the thing, though. Like, I do like it more in the Boros Heroic deck because you generally like having extra tokens because some of your things
Yep.
pump your whole team.
Yeah,
and
100%.
And it just means that you always have like some damage you can chip through, or you can surprise them with where the pump spell goes when you do an Elf Strike.
Is this a bad version of like Young Peasy in white?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess
Just,
so.
Is that just a way to think about
They
this?
fly, though. They fly.
Like like the Young Peasy all of a sudden has flyers. Like, are we trying to think of a way to make this, kind of busted? And you're like, wait, hold on a second here. Like, we just have a
Actually,
two
I
vigilance
hate
Young
Jeskai
Peasy?
Pyromancer
No?
maybe loves it. I don't know.
I hate to break it to you, Serge. That's a lot of these set reviews. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
kind of our job to hype up cards that will not see play.
I
Not to
think we're a
give
little
a
more
peek.
honest about that. No.
We are
Yeah.
absolutely, but like we are honest in that we take it upon ourselves to try and find spots where these
Sure.
cards can shine.
Yeah.
And like sometimes that leads us down a path where we are trying to convince people to play decks that are not very good, which is fine. Magic the Gathering and Canadian Highlander, you can have a ton of different goals when it comes to playing. But like I think it's important that people are realistic with their expectations. Where it's like, if we're looking at this as like a bad young pyromancer, bad isn't necessarily in like, for me, like if we're using that adjective, it's not in the fact that this is like, it needs to go in this deck or this deck. It's that like PZ is the worst pyromancer at 2 right now.
Sure.
And is like red, which is just better at casting spells than white. Like we can say that we're like a Jeskai pyromancer list, which is fine, but like I think the worst cards in those decks are the white cards, right? Like that's I guess what I'm saying is like this is the kind of card that can throw in like that Boros deck, or can be in an offshoot of a pre-existing strategy, like the is it like Corey Steel Cutter style deck. And I don't think I think even if you build a Jeskai version, you're probably cutting this card. Right?
Yeah, the more I think about it, the more it's like, you want to play Jeskai Pyromancers. It's like, this is probably going to be the worst card in your deck.
Yeah, like you play Jeskai Pyromancers, you're like, oh, I'm only doing this for Swords to Plowshares and like Path to Exile.
But if you play bad Boros Heroic, this card's fine.
Hell yeah!
I really want to make that someday.
I have a show for you?
Do I have 5 cents you can drop at your local game store? And
I think I finally own a feather. Anyways, let's move on.
Yeah.
The last white card we're going to talk about today is the Shattered Acolyte. 2-mana, 2/2 Dwarf Warlock for 1 and a white. It has lifelink and 1. And sack this creature to destroy an artifact or an enchantment. Wheeler.
I'm very excited to play this card in Limited. I love 2-mana, 2/2 lifelinkers. In Highlander, we have so many of these cards now. Including in white, like the best one.
Lifelink.
Yeah, but
one of them has flash.
Cathar Commando's got 3 power flash and is a human.
Yep.
And then there's one from the Avatar Eternal product that is also just a 2-mana 2/2 human.
That's a human. Yeah.
It's lifelink's nice, but it's hard for me to care about this card where it's like very clearly outmodded in terms of power level, then doesn't capitalize on synergies.
Sure.
Right. Yeah, but it is like a thing that if you want a bunch of these in mono white, it's not an embarrassing card to play.
You also could just be in a meta where like the best player is on red deck wins, and so you're like Cathar Commando out, lifelink idiot in.
Yeah, just any generic lifelinker against some of these red decks is pretty insane.
And like that's totally fine. I think this card's relevant whether you're maxing out on how many you play or like you just want another lifelinker instead of Cathar Commando.
This is such a damage on the stack coded card.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, no kidding.
You want to stack the lifelink and blow up the thing, but yeah.
All right, first card in blue is Emeritus of Ideation. This is a 5-mana 5/5 human wizard for 3 blue. It has flying, ward 2. This creature enters prepared. Whenever this creature attacks, you may exile 8 cards from your graveyard. If you do, this creature becomes prepared. Oh, and it also just has recall attached to it. Just ancestral recall. 1 blue mana, target player draws 3 cards. We're on Nelly now?
Sure, yeah. I think, so I think this is the card that they use at the mothership at home base or whatever to explain the prepared mechanic. And this one is a lot easier to understand than our Groovy Cat buddy we saw earlier. So it just enters prepared.
Yep.
It doesn't even need to go on the stack.
There's no intervening if clause.
It's not when it ETBs it becomes prepared. It's just it's going to be prepared right away. So if your opponent's trying to kill it like as soon as they got priority, you're always going to be able to pay 1 more blue to draw 3 cards, assuming you have the blue mana, right? And then it also has a way to give itself prepared again, which is everyone's favorite way to lose a game of Magic the Gathering, just having them cast Recall over and over. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just watch the 2024 YJ Highlander Championship. It was great. A lot of recalls on the stack. This is a neat card. So 5-mana 5/5s don't see a lot of play in our format anymore. But like, but the first deck I thought of when I saw this card was Grixis Midrange Reanimator, which Jason has been lovingly calling Grave Range, and showed up to the championship with. Lost in the quarterfinals.
Rihanna mid-range is right there.
I like that more, but he calls it Grave Range, and he's the pilot.
Yeah.
So Rihanna mid-range, whatever you call it. I remember
You
when...
can be really good at one thing and really bad at another.
That's so true.
Like-
So it's funny because he is an author.
He's an author.
Like calling him out. for
His
having bad deck
editor's
names.
like, I really like Rihanna mid-range. He's like, Grave Range.
We'll circle back. Circle back.
Circle back.
Circle back.
Watching. Yeah.
I remember talking about this deck in particular, and I was excited to copy his list and bring it to Northwestern Showdown because I was like, this is kind of like that deck you were telling me about that I had never played before or tried when we were doing the LOTR set review, and it's like 6 mana Sauron is like a reanimator target, but you could cast it if you know what I'm talking. You said this. We were sitting in this
6 mana.
I don't remember saying
Anyways,
that.
anyways,
I'm gonna look up that card.
this
Keep
is
going.
this is a cool card if you have reanimate specifically in your deck. Probably the like boomer blue control players will also play it, and it's fine. I mean, it's
wonder-
only 5 mana.
I
so,
wonder if
like,
there's an age divide of like, at what point you're like, if you're 35 and older, is this like the coolest card you want to brew around? But if you're like 34, you're like, okay, boomer, slow down. This is uncastable, right? Like,
No, I think this is a cool reanimator target
As
because
the
it doesn't. Go ahead.
As the 34-year-old on the
Right.
show.
Yeah, exactly.
And-
No, this is wicked.
okay, hold on.
Nice.
Maybe it's like 32 and up, 31 and lower.
I mean, it's a big flying ward too that like has kicker, right?
Yeah.
Like it's you either play it, you tap it out. You tap out for 5 with this card, which is asking a lot and
Yep.
should not be done in a lot of archetypes.
Right.
But then
If you untap, you win.
yeah, I mean, you at least get to cast Ancestral Recall. That's kind of
And
exciting.
that's typically how you win.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
normally against these blue decks, you're fine, you're at parity, and they cast Ancestral once, and you're like, okay, kind of hurts. And they cast it the second time, and you're like, I've lost this game.
I could see playing this in Scape Shift.
Sure. I
Sure.
can see playing it in blue red, not the Blitz version,
Like
but
a-
like the tempo or control.
God,
Like a
old
Blue Moon
old
kinda
Blue
deck?
Moon
Yeah, Blue
loves
Moon.
this. Old
Yeah.
Blue
Yeah,
Moon. Oh.
you have to cut your dragon probably because I think it's worth. Man, you don't have to, obviously, but the thing is to re-prepare, like to cap. We haven't talked about this. Like you read it once, but we haven't talked about this trigger a lot.
I don't think you worry about the extra trigger. I think this is one of these cards that you have a 5 mana 5/5 and you have Ancestral Recall, and like if the other text becomes relevant ever, it's fine. But that's just gravy.
All right,
Oh, I mean,
that's
8 cards.
relevant. That's relevant.
8 cards is a lot, but like I think it will happen.
Sure.
Right?
The thing is, though, you want it to happen more than you want just another big flyer to like exist.
Sure.
Just play
Right.
Ephemerate.
That doesn't put more cards in your graveyard search.
But it re-prepares
Oh, I
it
see.
because
It
it enters prepared.
re-enters
If you
it.
want,
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
like if you
okay.
want to,
Okay.
worry about
Sure.
like casting, just put it in Band Blink, right?
Yeah,
just
honestly,
just
I've thought about
reset it that way
Yeah.
over and over,
Well,
right?
I'm thinking about it in my blue-red control deck.
Sure.
Right? Specifically, that doesn't play a lot of creatures to begin with.
Right.
So it's probably like taking the dragon spot on the initial run. Maybe you can have more Delve cards. I don't know. Maybe you're supposed to cut your Treasure Cruise.
Cut Murktide.
Yeah, that's who I was talking about. That's
Oh,
the
sure.
dragon.
That's the dragon.
That's the
Wheeler's making a face.
Murktide is. The
Why are we
dragon.
cutting Modern Horizons cards for a 5 mana?
I just think there's some
Ancestral Recall, Wheeler.
Yeah, you play both.
It's a secret Delve card, but I guess an enabler too. Maybe Serge is more right, and you just should.
Well, let's not get hasty.
Maybe you should be ignoring the when it attacks you can exile 8 cards to re-prepare trigger. Maybe that happens sometimes, but don't worry about it. Anyways, there's a lot of homes for this card. I will be surprised if we aren't still playing this card in some capacity in the future. I think this is
There's
like
enough good going for
Oh,
it
yeah.
that I
Yeah.
think you can. It does kind of fight Wan Chi Tong
Yep.
as like this is your card that you'll cast for a lot of mana and draw some amount of cards. In playing Wan Chi Tong a lot, the scariest part of that card is that it's just attacking for 5 and has vigilance or whatever.
The vigilance is very scary.
Yeah, and like maybe it draws a card where
This isn't even legendary though.
yeah, that part's
he doesn't
nice.
bounce the
I know
Caracas.
Caracas versus Wan Chi Tong is kind of a weird losing battle anyway,
Yeah.
too. But
No, I think this card will see play.
Yeah.
I'm excited to reanimate this card.
Oh, yeah,
in
absolutely.
like actual factual reanimator. Yeah.
All right, next up, we have Flow State. 2 mana sorcery for 1 and a blue. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. If there is an instant or sorcery card in your graveyard, put 2 cards into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library instead. Wheeler.
Okay, so this card's cracked, right?
Yep.
Like I'm going to play the hell out of this in Storm. I already played this type of effect in Storm, or other combo decks too. 3 mana, draw 2 is wild. There's a card from
2 mana, draw 3.
Or 2 mana, draw 3.
Yeah. I was going to be like, we love Divination. But
Sorry, I'm thinking about a thing about the Emeritus that I do want to get after this.
Oh.
Sure.
Not to go back to the
It's
Emeritus.
okay.
Sure.
But this one's pretty straightforward. You should play this in your combo decks. I don't know if you should play it in every kind of blue X deck, but it does do a pretty good expressive iteration impression.
Yeah.
If you have 3 1-mana cantrips, I would probably.
Why the hell does this only care about 1 instant or sorcery?
yeah.
Like there's that card from Avatar that's like Ancestral Recall if you
Have 5 lessons or
have
something, or
a bunch
3
of lessons.
Yeah,
And it's like, God, I wish we could do that. And then they gave us a card like
and
this.
they're like, you
okay.
can, haha.
It's so funny that they have expressive iteration gets banned from formats, and
Yeah.
then they're like, okay, how about this instead? Real quick, the Emeritus Oath. It's so good to oath into that card, like an oath control deck. You oath into this Emeritus, you immediately get
recall
access to
every turn.
the Ancestral. You have counter magic up, and then you just get to Ancestral Recall a couple of times.
That's totally fair.
Hell yeah.
Good call.
Anyways, yeah,
It's got a lot of homes.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, next up, Harmonized Trio. This is a 1-mana 1/1 Merfolk Bard Wizard. Has an activated ability. Tap 2 untapped creatures you control. This creature becomes prepared. And then its prepared spell is Brainstorm. Nelly.
I love how every set they're like, you know how there's like 4 or 5 spots in your deck that you can play 1-mana merfolks that aren't lords, and like not every set, but like once a year at least. It seems like, how about this one? You want to try? You want to cut Tide Shaper for this one? Huh? You want to try this one out? It does cast Brainstorm sometimes.
Yeah, your magic won't trick me, witch.
Right? No, okay. Yeah. This in Merfolk is pretty weird. You mostly want your lords to be attacking, but I suppose this tap ability does not require you to only sorcery, right? So you could be on like, yeah, we're blocking, or we're making them not attack by not attacking, and so then we can prepare and we can get a Brainstorm out of it. It's not terrible being a 1-drop Merfolk. Homes where you're actually excited to tap a bunch of things and then cast Brainstorm every turn with this.
Yeah. This is a really
not immediately thinking of one.
That's the thing. This is an interesting combination of very powerful words that I don't think adds up to anything.
Sure.
Like the fact that it's a merfolk and a wizard, you're like, maybe.
And a rock star.
Wheeler? Yeah. All right.
If you're in blue-green Eldrazi, don't play this because
Yeah,
it doesn't actually do the thing you're doing. Yeah.
That's fine. We don't have to find a home for it.
That's fine.
Next up, we have Mana Sculpt. This is a 3-mana instant, 1 blue, counter target spell. If you control a wizard, add an amount of generic mana equal to the amount of mana spent to cast the spell at the beginning of your next main phase. Wheeler.
So this is doing a bit of a mana drain impression.
Yep.
But there are a couple of parts, a couple of aspects about this card that make it not mana drain, and it is closer to like
Cancel.
yeah, it's not bad. I actually don't hate cancel in Canadian Highlander. The problem is like you only get one, and if it's a card that cares about wizards doing this, typically I'd prefer to play invert polarity, which says flip a coin. If heads, you win the game, and if tails, you don't lose the game, and you might also win the game. Like, you know, it's that we have the 3 mana. This counters a thing, and it is insane. And that's a deck that's already likely to play wizards, right? Like usually, blue red is an insane combo of colors. So it's like competing. It's not that difficult to have wizards when you're playing blue X decks, especially because we've gotten some really good wizards, especially in the past couple of years, like Thundertrap Trainer, Vivi. Obviously, you just have Snapcaster Mage and
Tameo
friends.
a wizard?
Tameo's a wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a common creature deck.
Yes, for sure, especially in blue X decks, right? Getting mana only equal to what was spent to cast it is like, I'm not here, moaning that like, oh, I countered their force will and I get nothing. But I kind of am.
Yeah,
Right.
like you want to be able to like if they evoke their solitude and you mana drain it, you want 5. You don't want
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, what I'm really trying to push is that when you play this, assume it's cancel.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
With like very specific scenarios being like, oh, this is cancel that adds a couple of mana to let me, maybe mana drain. And like if you played a lot of mana drain, like that card is also just mostly counterspell.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? Like
but
you pay the point.
where it blows out. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I mean, the bad feel about mana drain is it's your next main phase, which means if you do it during combat, you're like, no, my mana drain value because I already tapped out or
Yeah.
what I don't have anything to cast. I know.
Most scenes play with proxies, and you've experienced that list about mana drain already, but it's relevant. If you just have a spell to cast, go through your attacks first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. People will try this. It's fine. I agree.
All right.
Yeah.
Final blue card is the Sky Coach Conductor. 3 mana, 2/3 bird pilot for 2 and a blue. It has flash, flying, and vigilance. Enters prepared, and its prepared spell is all aboard, an instant that reads, exile target non-pilot creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control.
Hell yeah.
Nelly.
Okay, the card is cool, but for a second I just need to say, forget Magic the Gathering. I just want to play an MMORPG that starts with this guy. It's like, hey, come on, get on my sky ship. everyone.
Bird Pilot is such a dope combo.
Yeah, and the art is
Yeah.
like banging.
Yeah.
And the name, everything about this card makes me want to play whatever game this
Yeah,
is.
man.
And yeah,
Magic the
honestly,
Gathering.
and
Good-
honestly,
good news.
The Magic cards you play with this are also sick. Exile your stupid Ennis, and then exile this back again. Then it's prepared. Play the circus music in the background. But no, seriously, I mean, it blinks. It can't blink itself because that would be annoying.
That'd be real messed up.
And it, I don't know, can't blink your pilot tokens. I'm not sure how many other pilots we play. The ones that come out of Shurikai are the only ones I can think of. But yeah, this is
cool.
This is real good. Not a wizard, but otherwise fits the, it adds itself to the bird wizard canon. It's 3 mana. It has flash and flying.
The fact that it's a 2/3 for the
Yeah.
bird wizard, this thing blocks so
Has
well.
vigilance. It punks into the other bird wizards.
I look at this and I'm just like, man, Angel's got to be. Angel's eating so good right now.
Oh, the Esper Flash deck. Yeah.
Yeah, laugh it up, Chuckles. I'm the one that she has to kill over and over again.
Yeah. Every match except the one we recorded, apparently.
Yeah.
right?
I like this card a lot. I like this card a lot. This might be one of my favorite cards from the set.
Banger.
Yeah, this card's dope.
Yeah.
One little knock against it, and it's not a huge knock, is that it has Imperial Recruiter stats, not Recruiter the Guard stats. Like, you can't tutor for this.
Right.
Where that is, or at least in like a Bant Blink version.
I get it. It has true
But-
power. Not
But
true
it might
toughness.
be, honestly, it might be incentive enough to explore adding red to those decks because, like, Imperial Recruiter for this, play this, flicker your Imperial Recruiter. Like,
Right.
we can get it popping. Like,
Sure.
we can start to build up an engine, and any kind of engine in that deck. It sounds like a lot of mana and a lot of game actions, and it is, but like that's what you signed up for.
Yep.
And any kind of chain that you can build from like, oh, I drew Imperial Recruiter, they're dead next turn, or whatever is like worth investigating.
Does this do anything in food chain?
I mean, yes, it adds 4 mana that you can only use to cast.
No, I mean,
You mean Allurin?
I do mean to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Allurin's
I
in
did
a
mean
weird
Allurin,
spot
yeah.
where you can like,
Right.
you can do some pretty powerful Allurin things without this.
Yeah.
I'm sure that it has some kind of setup. There's like the 2 Allurin pilots can let us know.
Right. Well, this one, I mean, the effect always requires a real mana, right? So it's like probably not going to be part of the end game of the Allure.
No, but I
Right.
just
Plan?
and you, like play it for free. It's prepared. It gets you a free blink.
But
on
with
something.
Cloudstone Curio
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
and Cloud of Fair.
I just think
All
it's
right.
going to mostly end up in Bant Blank, and like
Yeah.
even though you can't get it with your white recruiter, you can get it with your green tutors.
Again, I gotta hammer back on like the amount of people just starting to play like Fair, Ephemerate, and Cloud Shift and stuff.
Sure.
Like this is just good and just like a tempo deck.
One mana
right?
bricking your thing and rebuying an ETB.
That's the
is
thing,
kind of
right?
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can play this and then you have a card up to like reset your grief or your solitude, right? Like,
Maybe.
and I'm trying to think of that not in a blink shell, but just in a mid-range shell.
Vigilance is so funny.
That too.
Like the fact that you can play this attack and have another creature, and then they attack into it, and you're like, okay, double block, and then they're like, well, I'm going to try to blow you out, and you're like, actually,
Yeah, I like this in blue-black tempo, right?
Also, this is so mean against their 4-mana attacking Wanchitong.
yeah.
Right? Like, they just they do the Wanchitong for X's too, and then they come in. You're like,
Yeah. All right, let's move on to black. And first up, we have Arnin, Death Bloom Botanist. 3-mana 2/2 legendary creature, vampire druid with Death Touch. Whenever a creature you control with power or toughness 1 or less dies, target opponent loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life. Wheeler.
Positives of this card is that it's a single black pip. Death Touch means that it'll have some kind of relevance on the board, either defensively or being able to attack. And obviously, you're going to want to, if you're playing this card, you're obviously looking to play it in an Aristocrats deck or like the Warren Soul Trader mono black kind of combo deck, but very, very similar in what they are doing. Or even like a token strategy, right? A lot of X1s or 1Xs in those decks. So like nickel and diming them is relevant. And then, just 2 life is insane. It's not non-token.
What a
it's
blood
just
artist,
any
right?
creature. Yeah. The downside is that obviously it is a 3-drop legendary creature that dies for removal, doesn't have an ETB or whatever. When it dies, though, like if it's weak enough,
if they dismember it,
you get to hit them. It doesn't go through the One Ring, which is something that
Because it's a target,
is kind of funny to mention, but I don't know. I think that if you're building a creature combo deck or a deck like that, it is worth kind of figuring out how do I beat somebody that has protection from everything on the key turn. Less relevant now that it's pointed, but it's probably fine in Aristocrats. I feel like every time we get new Aristocrats cards, it's throw it on in. This deck's 250 cards. Right? And it's really hard to get your numbers, the ratio, right? Because, you need to play garbage in your deck.
That was the most I struggled last year, was trying to build Black-White Aristocrats, with just, a lot of tokens and sacrifice outlets and blood artists and, figuring out the number
I need all of these.
Yeah, you're I've got 250 good cards for this deck, and so what's the right ratio and which good cards am I cutting, right? Yeah, it's very hard to figure out.
It's definitely a deck that you need to play over 100 matches to both A, feel like it's a deck worth playing,
right,
and B, figure out your numbers.
Yeah, you need to get so good with that deck before it can possibly contend with all the other decks that you barely know in terms of your chance to win a tournament.
Yeah.
How stoked would you be for this card if it wasn't legendary? I know we say we're not supposed to do that, but
pretty stoked.
I would be amped. I honestly think at 2 life, it's you can maybe instead be brewing for combo around this, like you mentioned,
right,
as a substitute in the mono black combo deck. But you maybe can just try to do a setup with some number of tokens and then a what's that? That's Avacyn Restored 1 black. You can sacrifice everything or whatever.
Killing Wave.
Yeah,
you want a Killing Wave?
Well, because it's 2 is the same number that we're trying to multiply when we're doing Tendrils of Agony. And no, I'm not saying the 2 cards are interchangeable, but
it does change the math very.
It's if all you need to do is get together 10 triggers on this thing, maybe it's a 1/2.
2, the 2 is a relevant number for certain combo applications, right? Because there are cards that say you lose 1, but then you would gain 1 by doing this, and you're okay, so I'm just kind of twiddling my thumbs, right? You're not making progress without additional pieces. You're just kind of negating the cost. But this, look, you Yawgmoth enough things, you are going to kill them.
Yeah.
Right?
If you can just promise a Bunray, and then next turn you play this in your Sacco,
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Next up, we have the Grave Researcher. 3-mana, 3/3 Troll Warlock for 2 and a black. At the beginning of your upkeep, surveil 1. Then, if there are 3 or more creature cards in your graveyard, this creature becomes prepared. And its prepared spell is Reanimate. Not bad. Nelly.
We recently put that card on the points list. Not that recently. But, yeah. At the beginning of your upkeep, is a while to wait, obviously. But 3-3 for 3 is not the end of the world. It's risk reward, right? Like you're pretty excited to get another copy of Reanimate in your decks that are playing Reanimate, which is a lot of decks. Like a lot. Some of those decks won't have 3 creature cards in their graveyard. But the one we were talking about earlier, like the Grixis mid-range version for sure does. And honestly, most decks that are playing Reanimate do. Because like the average creature count is like 40 these days. Like being able to hit off of beginning of your upkeep, Surveil 1, did you get 3 creatures in your yard? It's like pretty common. Now that said, there's a ton of scavenging oozes around right now too. So it's like, that makes it extra hard as people are just casually exiling your yard a bunch. So I don't know. I'm giving this card a like, we're going to try it. There's going to be some disappointing games.
I think the hardest sell is 3 or more creatures in your yard, honestly.
Sure.
Like, it's a 3-mana 3/3, but also if there's so many of creatures that look like this where it's like, if you untap, you get to like win the game. And casting Reanimate feels like it wins the game. Not to mention like the threat of if you get to Reanimate, they have to deal with the thing you've reanimated. And if they do, you get to just Grave Researcher.
Yeah. And you also just have this 3/3 that's hitting them, right?
Yeah, you got a 3/3 hitting them that is sculpting the top of your deck and like potentially doing this over and over.
Like
again.
honestly, just surveilling every turn is very powerful.
But three or more creatures specifically can be a little tough. You do have to go in on the like heavy creature package
or the self mill sort of thing, right?
Sure.
Like if you're playing, Thought Scour, whatever effects. Like if you're on this blue-black deck that's trying to Murktide or something like that, you're just burning through your deck, filling your graveyard.
Maybe I play this in Dredge. Hold on, that's kind of. I mean, having to get to my upkeep is tough.
It's got a mini game you have to play, obviously, right? Like it is an upfront cost. Although the stats and the mana not being like the worst part of that, I agree, is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's better that you're going to sometimes get stymied on not being able to get it prepared once you've untapped with it than if it was too expensive or if it was too small. So I think this is like the best. I don't know. This is the best version of cast Reanimate every turn they probably could have given us on a reasonable card.
I'm willing to give this card the nod that like I think this is probably okay.
I'm at I think we should be trying it.
Yep.
And I'm unsure whether we're going to keep playing it. But yeah, the end game of like, oh no, they untapped and they prepared again.
When it does the thing, it does.
Oh yeah,
like no one wants to see that.
No.
All right, next up we have Lecturing Scorn Mage. This is a 1-mana 1/1 human warlock for a single black pip. It has a Repartee. Yeah. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery that targets a creature, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature.
God, I can't wait to hear Americans try that.
Repartee creature, yeah.
Going to the reparty.
This is you, Nelly.
I know, yeah. This is like Bear with Sets mechanic, except it's Monsculptor with Sets.
Like we'd be going
so
back and forth, but this is the Nelly card.
Yeah, you can take this
That's all
one.
good. Yeah, no, I mean, I think this is a cool card, and obviously it's not going to go into Boros Heroics. They're probably more in a deck that's thinking about targeting their creatures with your kill spells. And I don't know, it's a grow creature.
Does it do enough in like Mono BZ aggro?
No, I don't think so. Mono BZ aggro is usually playing a lot of creatures and not as many kill spells. I'm wondering if like this is a Rakdos card.
I kind of like this for mono black.
Do you like it in mono black?
I kind of like. Yeah, I kind of just not like the best version of mono black, but like
you put together a version of mono black.
Well, I think that not to mono black aggro explain you.
Well, you did win the match. It's okay.
That's true. Okay. I've earned this moment.
That's right. You can cash it in. Tell me why.
I have been thinking about mono black aggro because like the cards are just good now.
Right.
And so, like, I think there are...
Sarcomancies?
But, like, I think there's merit to the Sarcomancy version of the deck. The reason why, like, the Jackal Pup mono red doesn't work as well is because you get brickwalled by Barrowgoyf and just general creatures. And the mono black version of that, where you play a bunch of cheap stuff, you can get brickwalled by Barrowgoyf because Snuff Out doesn't kill it or whatever. But, like, you have the tools to load up on spot removal that deal with anything.
Right.
And your hand attack is messed up, right? Like, your hand attack is just, like, cracked. So, like, maybe there is a version of this deck where this card does, like, a reasonable impression of, like, Stalactite Stalker or, like, Moon Shadow or whatever. Not having Menace is definitely a knock against it or some kind of evasion. I just see this card becoming a 2/2 hitting me for 2 and then like trading with something, or making like combat really awkward.
Sure.
Right? Like if a mono black player if this is like a 2/2 and they attack with this and they have open mana, like how do I block well?
Right.
The answer is you don't. It's kind of annoying as hell. Yeah, that's so I'm interested in this split of mono black,
Okay.
where there is like a low to the ground, a lot of kill your creature, just like accept that like, look, I need 1 Thoughtseize to try and stop the combo, but I'm just all Fatal Push and like Dismember and Tragic Slip, like going ham on removal. And then there's the like, actually they gave us Super Shredder and Barrel Goyf, so we don't need to play the crap anymore.
Right.
And like there's that divide, and I think this is an interesting card for the first one, but not the second one.
Right.
Yeah.
This does fall into the like, we might cut it if we're adding a color or whatever.
Yeah, it's just there are honestly there are times where that deck is like, oh hell yeah, 1/1, right?
Sure.
Sometimes look, sometimes you don't kick that Goblin Bushwhacker and you just need a threat.
Yeah.
All right, next up we have Mossio, Vane's New Dean. This is a 3-mana 2/1 legendary bird skeleton warlock for 2 and a black. It has flying. When it enters, create a 1/1 black and green pest creature token with, whenever this token attacks, gain a life. And it has infusion, which is just an ability word. At the beginning of your end step, if you gained life this turn, return up to 1 target creature card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the amount of life that you gained this turn. I'm a genius. I set this up for a wheeler.
Oh my God.
Hey Nelson, hey Serge, how you
buddy.
doing?
Hey, good,
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
You know?
good. Oh, good.
Yeah, doing great.
How's your evening doing?
Good. What are you
Good
gonna
so
do?
far.
What are you going to do to it?
Not affected by anything, right?
Okay.
Not
Yeah.
impacted negatively.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Great. Glad to hear it. Hey, I have some bad news though. I am going to ruin your evening.
Oh.
I am going to.
Again?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah,
How did they make Shirei like a flying wind drake?
I
You're gonna gain like 10 life a
love
turn, aren't
this
you?
card.
Are you gonna like reanimate dragons with this or something?
Just
no,
Luris.
no. I reanimate my Sarah Paragon so that when you kill this, I get to replay it off my Sarah Paragon. Yeah, black. So ruin your evening, or it has another name that is more common in the community, but we don't swear on this show.
Right.
Sure.
But black white-ers, and it's like a legit annoying deck to play. It has moved away from the Soul Wardens quite a bit, but you still have Guide of Souls, you have Barrel Goyf, you have a bunch of ways of gaining life and like slowly choking out your opponent. I think this is a pretty good way of doing it. Obviously, 2 bodies is insane. Like, even if this just dies to a lot of stuff, that's okay. We'll get it back. We can unearth this card. And then just there's no cap on the exile. Not like in the New York way. Like, there's no, like, not the exile, excuse me, the reanimate.
Okay, I was going to say. Oh, right. Yeah, it just keeps going up.
Yeah, it just, so, like, you will find spots where if you have a turn where you've gained enough life from, like, a Guide of Soul trigger or, like, a Barrowgoyf crashed into something where, like, yeah, dog, you are going to return a Seasoned Engineer.
Yep.
Or you're going to return like a Shieldred or a Timeless Dragon or something huge. But you don't even need to return anything big. You can just, like, this getting back, like, Bowmasters, Stoneforge. I gained 1, get back my Guide of Souls.
Yep.
Oh, I gained 1, get back my Ocelot Pride. And it doesn't put a finality counter on it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a little messed up.
Dumbasses. Excuse me. Sorry. I love Wizards of the Coast and the people that work there.
This is really strong.
I love this card. I am going to be brewing with this card.
Yep.
Quite a bit. Yep.
You got me cooking on that Esper 3 animator now. Or even just
man.
Black White 3 animator with Recurring Nightmare.
This conversation feels like the worst person you know just made a great point. that's what Mazio feels like to me. It's like, you know, that deck that everybody hates? God, it's such a good card.
Buddy, that's how I've been streaming full-time for 7 years.
All right, next up we have Post Mortem Professor. 2 mana 2/2 zombie warlock for 1 and a black. Can't block. Whenever this creature attacks, each opponent loses a life and you gain a life. And then 1 and a black and exile an instant or sorcery from your graveyard. Return it to play. Nelly?
Somebody up there likes me. up there in Renton. Yeah, it has can't block on it. So obviously Nelly's pretty excited. The best ability in Magic, yeah. 2 mana, 2/2. Okay, 1 more mana than we're hoping to spend for our 2-power creatures. But you get more than 2 damage whenever it attacks, and you even gain some life back that you're going to waste.
Just means you can hatred for more.
It's just more sign and blood fuel.
That's
right.
right. Absolutely. All true. And then, okay, the restriction on how often you can bring it back is relevant, but not relevant enough that this isn't, I think, a slam dunk in bad mono black aggro. Like, you should probably try it.
Yeah.
I love Drain on attack. That's something we don't usually have access to.
I'm gonna play this in Dredge too.
Okay.
2 mana, instant speed, return this from the graveyard to play. That also is a zombie, meaning that I can get back Gravecrawler. Also, doesn't come to play tapped, so I can Hogak immediately.
Okay.
Like, this card is...
All right, so it's actually...
And doesn't it exiles a card type that I don't, or card types that I don't care
miss.
about.
Yeah, you won't
Yeah.
miss.
Yeah.
Like, that's so insane that I can untap after somebody's like, all right, I dealt with the board. I'm like, yeah, you did. Anyways, Professor, Gravecrawler, Hogak, attack.
I'm sick. Yeah.
I'm curious how many more cards like this we need before zombies becomes like
another
really
mana
kill you,
relevant
right?
2 mana zombie.
20,000.
Is it still that short?
Yeah, so the thing about Kindred decks is they suck.
They really do.
They're really bad if they're not like goblins, elves, or humans.
Yep.
I love
Wizards. You're allowed to play wizards.
Yes. Yeah. Zombies Unleashed. Love that theme deck. Could tell you that deck list up and down. But like
the Jerry T Amonkhet Pro Tour deck. That was also sick.
Oh, you mean that was not a good deck to win a Pro Tour? that deck wasn't even good.
Liliana's Mastery got played or whatever.
That card, yep, sure did. That was cool. You could play Glorybringer in that format and Scarab God, and you didn't. Not to, I mean, it was probably a good meta call, and hey, he won a PT. I didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, zombies is like don't worry about
pretty
it.
far.
Just don't worry about it.
All right.
Matthew built 3-colored zombies with like lots of legendary War of the Spark creatures.
Ooh, now do you remember what year that was? Because I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it when War of the Spark came out?
7 years
2020.
ago.
Yeah. It was 2019. I was going to say it was before 2020, but not much.
Yeah.
Before Modern Horizons 3, unfortunately. All right. I got a good one for Wheeler. It's called Pox Plague. It costs black, 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 black. It's a sorcery. Each player loses half their life, then discards half the cards in their hand, then sacrifices half the permanents they control of their choice, round down. You know what? I'm not giving this to Wheeler.
Yeah,
I'm
you
giving this to myself.
Talk about this card, Serge. Please.
I don't think this is good or playable,
Never stopped you.
but I am so happy to see an effect getting printed like this again because it feels like they haven't printed a smallpox since Future Sight. Right?
I think that's correct.
Yeah. Like it's
Well, no, because that card is from Time Spiral. But, but the sentiment's right.
They don't do this often.
They don't, and it's great to see it back. And they have really printed it in a way that means you have to commit if you want to do this. I think you can play Pox as a meme, like the actual card Pox, like the black, black, black one. I think you can play Death Cloud if you're like all in on artifacts. To, you're trying to do a wildfire impersonation of you want to like build up the board and leave something behind. But the fact that it makes you sacrifice all permanents really mitigates. So when you're playing these symmetrical effects, you want to set up your board in a way that it's asymmetric. You want to leave yourself with something. And this card does not let you do this. This card is really a scorched earth strategy. And I think the format is unfortunately too fast.
Smallpox might be an underrated card in our format.
Yeah,
that card is pound for pound like disgusting.
Yeah. Smallpox is still hot. Getting this to work is a lot of hoops to jump through. Yeah,
I'm a little curious as to why it's here though, because like viewership for Showdown has been great, and we didn't really need the boost of having to do another Smallpox episode. But like, I guess we could take it. Like this just prints money for the North 100 Showdown.
If this is the thumbnail,
yeah, the thumbnail is Serge going like, and like it's a Pox deck, and it's Nelson be like, oh, my case of the stash skeleton or whatever.
I'm counterspelled.
I'm crying in the background.
Yes.
Anyways, next up we have Rabid Attack. This is a 2-mana instant for 1 and a black. Until end of turn, any number of target creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain. When this creature dies, draw a card. All right, let's reset. Who wants it, and then we'll keep going from there.
I'll talk about it.
This is Nelly. All right. Nelly.
Yeah, any number of target creatures. Maybe the heroic deck is
No,
black.
why did you? Why is that where you're going?
Really? This isn't Mono BZ aggro?
Yes.
Nelly!
No, it's both. It's mono black aggro or aristocrats.
Yeah.
Because if you can slap all your spirit tokens with turning it an extra card when you skull clamp them, that's busted. Or maybe you just kill your opponent. Like for 2 mana mass pump with more words on it, like it replaces itself. Like that's pretty cool. I don't mind that it's only 1 power. I actually think about charge a lot in our format. Like how like whenever I'm playing Magic, like charge is one of the cards where I'm just like, would I die to charge here? No one plays it, so I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
But like
Well,
they're going to play this, so
They added that new mythic in Avatar that like puts a +1/+1
Right.
counter on your whole board, right?
and
yeah.
makes a bunch of idiots. That's
Yeah.
like an expensive.
But you could
spell.
just pay white.
Yeah,
and just
you
pump
can just,
your
you
whole
can just do
board.
the anthem
Yeah,
from
yeah,
it,
no,
which
for
is
sure, that's
kind of
relevant.
unreal. So
Yeah.
I was wondering, like, is this
Same
actually
kinda
just
thing.
good for tokens?
Yeah,
right?
Mardu tokens might want to play it. Ruin Your Evening might want to play it. Mono Black Aggro might want to play it.
This
That's
is like
a lot of homes.
this
actually,
is the
yeah.
classic.
Yes.
Like this card is
Yeah.
insane, and it only goes into. I mean, tokens is a really good archetype, but like, I'm glad that I won't be playing against this a ton of
Sure.
the time.
Yeah, like it's not going to get into Rakdos or Princess or
It's so
anything, but-
funny when their Fury draws you 4 cards. Like,
Yeah.
like that's kind of insane, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean I love this as a like they're gonna wrath you too, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
because we're starting to see
Wrath
regular sweepers happening again. So just
Mm-hmm.
like rebuild faster because you just drew 8 cards is sick.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to try this one out myself.
All right, let's talk about a Planeswalker. Ral Zarek, guest lecturer, is a black permanent now. 1 black, starts with 3 loyalty, has 4 abilities, famously never a problem. +1, surveil 2. -1, any number of target players, each discards a card. -2, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. And -7, flip 5 coins. Target opponent skips their next X turns, where X is the number of coins that came up heads. Wheeler.
This card's so funny. Like it's just kind of, I don't know, bad. Like
It sort of protects itself with the -2 right away.
yeah, I mean, maybe bad's a strong word, but I look at this card, I'm like, oh, okay. We're back to like the Guilds of Ravnica era, like Planeswalkers,
Right.
which is kind of, a nice return to form. I shouldn't poo-poo on this too much because like getting only them to discard a card when relevant is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
also
also-
players know what's
Yeah,
up
there
with that,
there are
right?
times where you also want to discard a card,
Yeah.
and that's kind of nice. And being able to return, a Barrowgoyf and a Borinoculus, like some of these cards is reasonable. This ultimate is very funny and also very much not what I want to be doing with this card.
No,
but,
if you're surveilling 4 turns in a row, how you're either dead or
this is a 3 loyalty, 3 ability planeswalker. I'll get there eventually. It's my first time doing a podcast.
Sure. You're doing great.
Thank you. I wish I could say the same for Ral.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not super sold on this
No.
card. Planeswalkers are really tough to protect. Creatures are just planeswalkers now. This is a planeswalker that can get back a creature, which is kind of cool. I could see play patterns with this where it's real annoying. It maybe does something, but like, I don't know, dog. Have you ever cast Grist? Like, whew.
Or just like the Kaito, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Planeswalker with
The
Ninja,
blue-black
like
Kaido, yeah. The Wandering Emperor.
with how creature forward the format is right now, like protecting a planeswalker is harder than ever if it isn't proactive, and this is not a proactive planeswalker.
Yeah, for the people that inevitably have made the top comment of, I don't even play this format, but this is my favorite podcast.
Yeah.
Planeswalkers don't. I still see play, but they
Yeah.
don't have a grip on the format that they would have had years ago.
No.
Right? Like you still have your Okos and your Grist, Three Fairy,
Yeah.
the Tezzeret, Minskimbu, that kind of stuff. But like, you're not like terrified of like Elspeth Sun's
No,
Champion.
even
or-
Comet's seen way less play.
yeah, thank God. But like, the ones that do show up are going to actively try to kill you rather than, some of them control the board, but lead to killing you, and they're cheaper. There's no Tamio the Moon Sage,
Right.
No like Vraska, the 4-mana Golgari Vraska that
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
blow up stuff. And,
No more 5-mana Obnixilis, slow tear down my face.
5-mana Elspeth though from Turkey Dragonstorm, that card will kill you. That's
Yeah,
an
that card
underrated
shows up.
card. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, next up, Scheming Silver Tongue. This is a 2-mana 1/3 Vampire Warlock for 1 and a black. It has flying and lifelink. At the beginning of your second main phase, if you gained 2 or more life this turn, this creature becomes prepared, and then you get Sign in Blood.
Girl,
Nelly.
don't look
God,
at me like that.
I love Sign in Blood so much. I guess the same white-black decks we've been talking about already. I mean, it makes sense. It's like each episode, there tends to be certain archetypes that seem to be getting most of the
I can't wait
cards,
to do that.
right?
Yeah, who are the winners and losers is one of my favorite bits about this.
Yeah, because, we've only got so many archetypes that are going to share in the values
Yep.
of the
Yep.
set design.
And this
that
one
they
is
went with.
ruin your evening.
Yeah, this one's ruin your evening. So I don't know. Maybe the black white aristocrats can also share in the fun if you have enough life gain triggers. Obviously, this thing needs help to get prepared. It comes down to 1/3 lifelink, doesn't do anything immediately unless you've already gained 2 life by the time you went through combat and didn't get this killed, in which case you can Sign in Blood. That's great. Sign in Blood's such a good card. I strongly recommend playing it to anyone who hasn't yet, or anyone who has. Give it another chance. So yeah, I don't know. I don't immediately have a home for this, except next time I try to build aristocrats again. I think
I'm going to be real.
evening players probably try.
Wheeler ran over me with white-black vampires not even that long ago.
Oh, it's a vampire. Yeah,
like in
that's fair.
2024.
You definitely said it was a vampire, and I looked at it, and I was like, that's a fairy.
Yeah, we are getting a couple of vampires in this.
Yeah,
set.
there's
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know.
cool.
That's just worth mentioning.
I-
Typos have never been worse. Play a vampire deck.
Yeah.
It was like the day we met or whatever. But last time I played against Angel on Vampires, she also crushed me.
I'm
it was a
more
long time ago.
I'm more excited to play this in like a mono black mid range with like necropotence type of deck, not the crap that I lost on on the Friday Night Paper Fight with, but like I think I think there's a lot of exploring of mono black.
Journal.
No, not we're
That
not
turns this card out.
Oh my god.
we're not playing the good book as I call it.
Oh man, the old necro
Those
journal
times,
combo.
yeah,
Oh.
those times are past.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you just combo with another lifelinker or any equipment,
It doesn't take
know,
1/3 flying lifelink is annoying.
Yeah.
Right. And like being able to draw a bunch of extra cards
Yeah.
is kind of hot.
like this card isn't Ledger Shredder.
No.
Let's come out and say that. But it's
Well-
it's probably gonna have some moments.
Also, triggering second main phase real convenient, right? Not
Right.
triggering on NSEP means that you get access to this immediately.
Yeah, you could actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, the final black card we're going to talk about is the Withering Curse. This is a 3-mana sorcery for 1 black. All creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn. But if you gained life this turn, destroy all creatures. Wheeler.
This card might be really good. I think I don't want to get debated by it. Like, Infest is a fun Magic card where like there are matchups where it's really strong.
Yep.
Those matchups typically have teched against this type of effect because teching against Fury and Pyrokinesis also means you're not just getting blown up by this. But like against Mana Dork decks, against some versions of Red, the token strategies or whatever, like you can
Goblins.
yeah, it's very good against goblins. If you gain life, being able to just kill everything, real cute, real nice. It's finding that life gain, and I think that this is a Magic card that's hard to evaluate because a lot of people are like, well, how am I going to gain life on 3 and cast this? It's like, well, you're not.
Yeah.
On 3, it's Infest. On turn 6, it's I've gained life, I'm wrathing the board, and I'm keeping up counter magic, right? Like, that's when I think this card is really going to shine, when you've, like, found a spot to pay only 3 mana to wrath and then get to do other things. I'm really struggling to find things that are going to gain you a little life from control decks. I loved
Pride.
old. Yeah, but then like if I'm in a spot where this pride's gaining life, like I might not want to wrath or whatever.
That's the beautiful thing. If you're ahead on board, Onslaught Pride wins you the game. If you're behind on board, you attack with a Pride, gain 1 life, and reset.
You're right, Serge. I love Ocelot.
Yeah, it slices and dices.
Yeah.
For the second time today, we've made Ocelot Pride good.
Yeah.
Thank God. Yeah, but there might be some stuff that pops up where this card, like in Sultai Control or Esper
Yep.
or whatever, where
Yep.
you'll gain some life. So I like this card. I'm going to keep my eyes on this card.
Yeah.
It's nice to have something that isn't Toxic Deluge. Like Damnation is a really good Magic card in Canadian Highlander.
Yeah.
But just like
Yeah, even Dam has seen more play.
Damn's really good.
I thought Bantu's Reckoning was going to see more play than it did, and so this one kind of reminds me of that. It's like
Was that the
better
one?
payoff
Was that
if
the
you
3-mana
work it.
Wrath, but you don't get to untap?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
That-
your lands, I think. Just
You don't untap your lands. That one's interesting. I think that one might be getting a little bit better because spells are just cheaper. It's
Yeah.
easier to be able to cast this and then be like, oh no, instead of 5 mana, I have 2 mana. But for 2 mana, I get to develop an Ocelot Pride and or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, cool card.
All right. Let's
This is relevant.
Okay.
About infests. Is that there are certain creatures that you would want to pair with this card in control strategies that don't die to your infest.
Sure.
Which is like real deal. Like the fact that Tameo doesn't die to infest. And so finding like infest is a card you've never wanted to include in your deck, but you've always wanted to have available.
Yep.
And now you have
Yeah.
one that you can often control whether or not it's going to
Moon Shadow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Super Shredder, right? These threats that are very cheap, very proactive, but then will probably have 3 toughness by the time you go to cast it, right?
Yeah. I like it. Yeah.
Red cards. We're going to start off with the Emeritus of Conflict. 2-mana, 2/2 human wizard with first strike. Whenever you cast your 3rd spell each turn, this creature becomes prepared, and then you got yourself access to a bolt. Nelly.
Nice card. Hey, I heard you like casting spells, so I put some spells on your creature so you can bolt while you swing. I don't think you need to overthink this one. Casting 3 spells in a turn is everyone's dream. We're always just trying to do that. You know, I'm usually excited when I cast 2 spells in a turn, but casting a 3rd spell is not unheard of. You don't have to be playing a Storm deck to do it. You just need to set up a little bit. You get a 2/2 first strike for 2. That's already okay. It's not incredible, but it's okay. And then the fact that you could be getting a lightning bolt theoretically every turn out of this thing
I was
is
going to say,
bananas.
go with me on this journey. I
Yeah.
think the timing works that if the 3rd spell you cast is actually the prepared lightning bolt,
It gets prepared
you
again?
would cast it, it'd become unprepared, I think, as a state-based, and then the triggered ability would be like, that's your 3rd card, and it puts a new prepared, because it can only be prepared once,
Yeah.
but it becomes unprepared as soon as you cast it,
Yeah.
and then the triggered ability would re-prepare it.
No, you're absolutely right. Sorry, I was saying you get excited about casting 2 spells per turn, and that's all you have to do after you've prepared it the first time. Right?
Yeah.
For the first time, you've got to go all in and draw with your top and response, and work out recasting it, or pay some life on your Sylvan Library so that you get extra cards or whatever.
Three spells with red's pretty easy.
Yeah, this
is
between all
very
the
cool.
like,
Everything costs 1.
the reckless impulses and baubles
Yeah.
and stuff. Even playing this in like a red blue deck. Too.
Maybe put Gataxian Pro back in your deck.
gut shot.
Yeah, why not? It's really not that hard to do. And then after that, as Serge said, it's like you just need to cast 2 other spells, and then you can re-prepare on the lightning bolt.
Very cool.
Because you're losing that prepared state, so then the trigger will happen. It doesn't. Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
as well.
You may cast the copy, and doing so, which is casting the copy, unprepares it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, like as a part of casting the copy, it becomes unprepared.
I see no reason why it wouldn't trigger.
right.
So
It
very
wouldn't be
exciting,
state-based, but yeah.
very
whatever.
straightforward.
Yeah.
Probably extra good in blue red and Jeskai,
And
but
it's a
still good in
human,
mono
and it's a
red.
wizard.
Yeah.
This card is just all upside.
Yeah, I like this card a lot.
I don't know if it's going to make it into Jeskai humans or not specifically, but regular Jeskai I think could play it.
I want to play this in red white DT.
Sure.
Yeah, Moon and Taxes.
First
or
strike
Blood
is
and
just
Taxes.
annoying.
Yeah.
Dog.
Been loving First Strike lately.
Regular first strike.
Yeah.
First strike's just back.
Yeah.
Sorry, we talked about it on a previous
yeah.
episode.
All
Great
right.
card.
Next up, I love this card. It's called Flashback. What do you think it does? Oh, you showed up. I didn't prepare James for this bit.
Okay.
1 mana red instant. Target instant or sorcery card in your graveyard gains Flashback. Wheeler.
Feels like a reprint.
Yeah. There's a card from Odyssey called Riku that is
Right.
kind of like this.
It's 2 mana.
2 mana, but that one also has flashback.
Yeah.
This one being a single red instant is kind of exciting.
Yeah.
What if Snapcaster didn't have a body?
That was actually my first thought as
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
And then we've got, what's his name? The elephant from Lorehold.
Quintorius.
Quintorius in the background. Be like, hey, look at this bird.
Oh, we had the baby.
Oh, it's a face, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to try this out in some combo decks. Certainly in my Grixis
Literally just
Boomer
get Tories
Storm
in the
list.
Flavor text, sorry.
It's okay.
That's
Sorry.
okay.
Sorry.
No worries.
Don't be so hard on yourself.
Yeah. Throw this in Storm, maybe?
Yeah, I'm going to play this in Storm. I think you could probably play this in like the Ancestral Recall decks. Give it a shot. Yeah, one mana to be able to cast your card against.
Yeah.
Like, what is the value of getting access to, again, not Snapcaster, but like outside of blue, like having this effect to be able to replay anything? It's not stable to a body, which is a very big deal, but just that extra value, is that an avenue worth exploring?
If in Mono Red, if you have the mountains to be able to Flame Blast them twice.
Oh, Fire Blast? Yeah,
Fire Blast them twice. Like, that's ridiculous.
Is that not two alternate
Oh, no,
costs?
wait, sorry, that's
right.
two alternate costs. My bad. I'm daydreaming too hard over here.
I don't think you need to overthink this card. Just
Sure.
like think of the kind of spells you include in your deck and then go like, well, what if I pay one more mana and get to do it again, right? It's like it's not exactly a Green Sun Zenith or like a Stir the Grave or whatever, like a bring something back from the graveyard of X or less, but like, yeah, just play your Ancestral Recall, your Swords, your Lightning Bolt, your Ponders, your Counter Magic. I'm just going to target a Ritual and add more Storm, and or just like Demonic Tutor.
Cast your Reanimate again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
why not, man? It's 1 mana,
Yeah.
instant.
No, this is a really exciting staple. I was saying like it sounds like or it feels like a reprint because it's so
clean,
regular, and iconic.
That's
you know
what
I mean?
That's what I was going to say. Like,
Yeah.
it's just the card is called Flashback, and it gives a card flashback. Ooh.
Very nice. This is usually another blue deck to try to answer your question, though. But give the creature Berserk again that you already berserked.
Stop. Stop.
Oh,
You flirt, you.
yeah. All right. Next up, Impractical Joke. This is a 1-mana sorcery. Damage can't be prevented this turn. Deal 3 damage to up to 1 target creature or planeswalker. Nelly.
This is exciting. We're usually a bit more excited about this when it can go face in decks that care about this ability, but even just having to burn your own creature to get through the One Ring is like worth including.
Up to.
Oh, it says up to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can just cast it.
Next episode, I'll read a card. All right. I feel like the comments are probably already going to be like, send Nelly to the Shadow Realm.
So in a hypothetical,
Anyways, this
with
episode-
other cards, sometimes it's worth it, but with this card,
just one mana for damage can't be prevented. It is actually super relevant.
All my homies hate the One Ring.
yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah, or if they have protection creatures, and
Yeah.
you're like, okay, I can never kill this stupid, Paladin Alvec if I'm in red-black.
right. Well, you still can't target a Paladin on back, unfortunately. With
No, but you
Impractical
can't.
Joke.
But if you get to attack with your creatures,
Yes,
and then it could die.
That's
What
true.
what I get wrong here?
No, you didn't get
You're
it
good,
wrong.
you're good.
Just Paladin on Vec is a wild pull. You mean
Sanctifier.
like Sanctifier. on Vec.
Sanctifier, that's what I meant.
Damn,
yeah.
man, hit me with the Exodus.
Yeah.
Like, oh god. Ooh.
Okay, so the heavy red deck's probably playing this. I wonder if the effect and like the execution are clean enough that Jeskai also wants it. Maybe blue red. Like
I think
It's-
Jeskai just has enough answers. Otherwise.
honestly, this card might just be like low key better than Chain Lightning.
I'm
says
a
or Planeswalker.
Strangle gamer. I
Okay.
like Strangle.
Like
We've
Strangle.
had this card
Yeah.
that just doesn't have the damage can't be prevented
Mhm.
text, and like it was good, but then just kind of fell off.
Right.
Like getting around protection for like blocking and the One Ring is like a pretty big.
It's
get back,
big.
right?
Yeah. So even if
Yeah.
it's just improving the decks that we're already playing Strangle, congrats. I don't know. If you have a lot of card filtration in your blue deck or whatever, I could maybe see including this. if
I
you're
don't
trying to
hate
them.
this as like a flex slot in
Yeah.
your like Jeskai list.
Yeah.
Next up, Maelstrom Artisan. This is a 3-mana 3/2 Minotaur sorcerer for 1 red. It has haste. It enters prepared, and it gets you access to Rocket Volley, a 2-mana sorcery that destroys target non-basic land.
God, I hate this card, man.
Talk about it.
Yeah, like what the hell, dog? I mean, it is a 3/2, so it's vulnerable in a lot of spots, right? Like it will hit you for 3. And like gives you an opportunity of like, hey,
Oops, sorry.
it's probably not surviving combat if your opponent has creatures. and like if they have any kind of red removal or whatever, it's just getting chopped. I hate this because I'm just an honest, like hardworking combo gamer that is just trying to develop my mana and kill you on turn 3 or 4 with protection. And this stupid idiot is the kind of card that hits the table like, well, I'm taking some damage here. And I'm like, but at least I'll be able to untap and you know, play my stock up and then I'm not dead unless they have like bolt. I'm fine. And then this jackass blows up my land. Or I'm like, this is a great turn to play Tolarian Academy and, you know, leverage my mana advantage. And then they're like, untap and I'm going to blow it up. Yeah, this card's really rude. It will see more play than it probably deserves to because people's eyes like start flashing when they see like a non-basic land hate.
Yeah, God, I miss
just
Avalanche
land hate.
Rider.
Period.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, pound for pound, this card is worse than Avalanche Rider, right? Because like as you're saying, a lot of the scenarios, it's like it might not survive combat. Like it only has 2 toughness. That's the same, and then you're getting a discount on the land destruction if you go with the older Avalanche Riders card. This card shines a bit more maybe in our format because we play so many Moxes, right?
Yes.
So it's like the turn over turn mana investment's
getting
easier.
this on turn 2. Yeah. So a lot of the red deck players have turned into sickos. They're like really accelerating on mana. Yeah. Well, the amount of City of Traders and like Simian Spirit Guides and Chrome Moxes I've seen at an all-time high.
Yeah, Schmedium red is like big, which is like, well, it's not big red, but like they, you know, there are a lot of players that have nestled in that realm of like, wait a minute, what if I get to play the really good 1 mana aggressive creatures and 2 mana aggressive creatures, but also I just play the soul mana to cast a turn 2 broadside bombardiers or gut or Lelia or whatever.
So like this card is awful in the creature matchup, but I do like it kind of like Wheeler was mentioning specifically against combo or like a slower deck. Right?
Stop. You have Maddening Hex. You have enough. I'm not your enemy. This matchup is always going to be 50-50. Like or 55-45.
But I can't imagine playing this against Jund.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, like you're always trading down on the mana for the creature that they're blocking it with. The opportunity to actually destroy a basic land.
They're not listening, Serge. They're already trying to blow up my Seat of the Synod. Like you didn't need to do that, dog. Yeah. You would have been better off just playing like, I don't know, a Valley Dasher.
The thing is though, like in Jund, like if you have Unearth, like and you just start kind of engineering with this card, like that's actually relevant. Like the deck, all the decks where it's like, well, we don't really care about this that much. It's like the card actually offers a second layer to most of those decks where it's like, what if you recurred me?
Help me out. Conflux. There's that 3 mana card, 3 mana 2/2.
Anathemancer.
The destroy a land that they control. It's like a 3 mana 2/2 for red black hybrid. You could sacrifice it to destroy a non-basic land.
Fulminator Mage.
Oh, Fulminator. That's Eventide.
That was sorry.
That's okay. Don't do it again.
Conflux block.
Actually, it's Shadowmoor.
It's Shadowmoor?
Because it's
well played.
We got him.
Because,
all right.
Because it's ally color.
Somebody write that down. An hour and 27 minutes in. It's April. We're recording this on April 1st. It happens. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. We got him.
I was on a break. I wasn't playing Magic.
Slay the Spire 2 just came over a while ago.
Who among you can judge me?
Anyways, very cool card.
Yeah.
What about Blood and Taxes? Sorry, before we move on.
Again, I think about that, but the decks that are killing me, I don't need this.
Okay.
The decks that are killing me are Jund.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I just got run over by Jund. I like the red-black matchup because it's a little bit slower, but the elves change the math so much. And having access to, like, cheap blockers that just trades with, or you're like, oh, yeah, I can shrug off losing a mana. Like, I actually don't care.
Right.
Because I'm Jund.
Awesome.
So, all right. Next up, we have the Molten Core Maestro. This is a 2-mana 2/2 Goblin Bard for 1 and a red. It has Menace, and it has Opus, which is another ability word. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. If 5 or more mana was spent to cast this spell, add an amount of red equal to this creature's power. Nelly.
Okay, so I don't think it's a goblin card, even though it is a goblin bard. Unfortunately, I saw it. I was like, oh, what a cute...
That was such a good line.
Thank you.
Oh, my God.
Well, I saw this card, and I was like, oh, what a cute little mouse. And I was like, oh, it's a goblin. I'm like, okay, weird. I saw the ears first, and I was definitely like, did they make another 2-mana mouse and rare? Is it going to be good? And like, no, it's a goblin. And I could be wrong. Goblins players, by all means, try it out.
No, you're right.
2 menace. Yeah,
no,
it
you're
doesn't
right.
seem like a
You're
goblins
right.
card, right? But I think don't overthink it. Just put it in your red decks. Play this, untap, attack for 4 menace after you strangle their creature.
Yeah, these grow creatures are pretty good.
Well, like after Return to Ravnica, there was like the 2-mana 1/1 that every time you played a red spell, you put a +1/+1 counter on it.
Runaway Steamkin.
Runaway Steamkin or Railway?
Runaway Steamkin.
And then you could remove 3 +1/+1 counters to add 3 red mana. Like
Sure can.
It felt like this weird engine, like Young Peasy or Goblin Electromancer style. Like, I don't know. Is that anything? Is this
for
anything?
sure? That's the other place you can play it. You can play it in blue-red cantrips.
Yeah.
Or Blitz.
There's
You
a
played it
version of
Blitz.
Mono Red that likes this kind of card. Plays Electrostatic Infantry, a card from Dominaria United. It's like a 1/2 trampler that gets bigger when you cast instants and sorceries.
Yeah.
And actually, this is a great segue if you want to segue
Yeah,
into the next card.
the next card is actually the Thunder Drum Soloist, is a 2-mana 1/3 dwarf bard for 1 red with reach. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, deal 1 damage to each opponent. If 5 or more was spent, deal 3 damage instead.
So there is a version of Mono Red that plays these cards. The Kessig Flame Breather, Firebrand Archer, goes all in on like playing the cheap instants and sorceries, a lot of the exile spells like Ren's Resolve and whatnot. And that deck's messed up because like you don't, I'm not going to tell you beat Barrowgoyf, but you have a bit of an easier time on beating the Barrowgoyf matchup when you don't have to attack into Barrowgoyf. And it's because of cards like this that are able to really push damage at the opponent and just kind of nickel and dime them into the dirt. And so you do play some attackers, the Molten Core, the infantry I mentioned. The menace on the Molten Core is huge for getting around it. And it kind of an extension of like, how do I get around some of the common ways that other decks will stop me from just killing them? And it's like playing to the board. It's like, well, now you have to have multiple blockers, which is really tough if I'm going to burn your smaller blocker, make this bigger and ping you, and then attack, and you're dead. So we're done. This is great redundancy. We are now, I think we're at like 5. They love to print these.
This one having reach is pretty awesome too.
Yeah.
Does that deck play? I mean, it's probably bad against your deck. There's a standard answer into blue-red. It was whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, they take damage, but
Magebane Lizard?
Magebane Lizard.
Lizard.
I mean, does that hose you, or does it also fit into that strategy of like punishing them and taxing them and pinging them over and over?
Depends if you're a gambling man.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think that's another deck where I don't think you necessarily need it because you already tend to do well against that type of deck.
Sure.
But like if you really want a nail in the coffin and you want something on top of like Maddening Hex or whatever, then like sure, you can play it.
Fascinating.
The Mono Red Prowess deck also wants the first one, not the Dwarf Bard, but the Goblin Bard we were just talking about. That's another deck that I don't know if it's as much in favor, but like 6 months ago, 10 months ago, that was fairly popular still.
Brute Force targeting Monastery Swiftspear or Heartfire Hero is still pretty good.
I mean, I also think people were really excited to play with Vivi, and that made the Prowess deck happen. Like
last summer, that's right. Yeah, Blue Red Prowess.
Is it
Teamer
cutter
Prowess
sort of thing? Yeah.
Yes. So.
All right, that is going to do it for part 1 of our set review. This was a lot of actually really interesting cards to talk about, and I look forward to part 2 of the set review as we continue to dive deeper into Prepared. I want to get ahead of the comments. We didn't include the Black Emeritus. We just thought it was too slow. So before you say, where's the Black Emeritus? We covered that.
If you want to spend 6 mana to Demonic Tutor,
go for it.
There's a format called Commander, and it's pretty fun.
Or you could just take a look at any of the 6 mana
Yep.
Demonic Tutors in Storm currently.
Yeah. But if there's any other cards you think we missed, as always, let us know in the comments down below. Like, really actually enjoy the discourse that these videos spurn. I've been Serge. Been joined by a wonderful Nelly.
I was here.
A wonderful Wheeler.
Technically, there's no 6 mana Demonic Tutors in Storm. You usually go up to 7. There are a couple of 5s.
This is what happens when I'm actually him. He has to like reassert I'm actually dominance.
My doctor calls it storm autism.
What if you X's one that 5X one?
James,
Why
hi,
would you
James.
do that?
Thank you, James.
You're welcome.
Great. A reminder that everything we do is brought to you by you with your support of the Patreon, patreon.com/LoadingReadyRun. Buy the cards that you saw here at Card Kingdom. Use our affiliate code, cardkingdom.com/LRR. You're beautiful. We'll see you for part 2. Bye-bye.